guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, this is House of Johnsons and this is Vlogmas, where I have been incredibly a failure at let's scoot this over a little bit so you don't just see the weird doorknob, and I'll switch over. Where I have been failing, and I'm sorry, but I've been having like super bad technical difficulties where I can't upload. And it's been really hard, and I know that it's really weird with this blank wall, but the painting that, or the thing that's up here, is like higher, and this is like literally the only square of my bedroom that is not covered in crap right now because my house is a complete disaster. So I figured I would go ahead and film here, so I hope you don't mind. But I just have my whole like messy hair getting messy bun, getting things done kind of mom hair going on. That's fine. I still haven't grown out my hair long enough for pieces of it not to fall and drive me insane, but it's not too bad. It's getting to where I can at least put it up and pin the rest, so that's good. But I just wanted to do this pregnancy update video because it's been not too long. I'm a couple of days from being 20 weeks, so technically in the gestational schedule, that's halfway there. However, because this is my 15th baby, I'm just kidding, only my 4th pregnancy, and I had my my 3rd Alaric, I had him at 37 weeks. It's likely that I will probably have Jensen before 40 gestational weeks, which is fine. My babies are always healthy. I've never had any issues, so we're just praying that that is the case with this guy, and it's fine. So I wanted in this video to kind of address some things that maybe your doctor doesn't tell you, or maybe you have questions about if you are a first-time mom and this is your first baby. So, okay, I'm going to do this in a couple parts, okay? So number one, I'm going to do it, and I feel like I'm far away from you, but I keep adjusting the camera and it just doesn't feel any better. Like that feels worse. Like I feel, okay, that feels a little bit better. All right, so I'm going to do this as pregnancy. I'm going to do questions that are things your doctor doesn't tell you. Postnatal, like after you take your baby home. I'm going to do it about breastfeeding. So those are the 3 that I think I'm going to do. If you have any other questions that aren't in those 3 categories, or maybe I don't answer it in the video and I told you that it was the pregnancy video and maybe you still have questions, just leave them down in the comments below. Or I know that some people are kind of embarrassed talking about things, especially if it's your first one, like you're not used to it. And so some questions can be kind of, this is driving me insane. Like this one baby hair is the only one, and it's driving me insane. Like if I pull the other one on the other side, maybe it won't bother me as bad. But anyways, if I don't answer the questions that you had, just leave them in the comments, or I will leave my email and you can leave them there as well. I'm really hoping that Alaric goes to sleep. He is like fighting going to sleep for nap, and it's not okay. Like he has to take a nap. Anyways, so 20 weeks. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. I don't want this to be a super long video. So at this point, I'm starting to get big, obviously. Like I'm halfway there. I'm starting to get bigger. I'm putting on a little weight, but not too much. I think I have gained, let's see, I've gained about, well, the last time I went to the doctor, I gained about 10 pounds total so far. However, the last trimester is usually when I start putting on a little bit more weight. So it's going pretty well. I think 10 pounds for right now is good. I went into pregnancy weighing about 124 pounds, and now I weigh 134. So that's good. I did weigh I weigh 133. So I did weigh 136 my last appointment, and then when I went back for this last one, like the one before this one, I weighed 136. And then this past one, I weighed 133. I don't know. It could have just been water or anything in the world. But so my weight is good. when I am pregnant, I eat what I want when I want. I do give in to my pregnancy cravings. I do take my prenatals every day. I do give in to sugar and all of the things. I do drink a cup of coffee every single morning. I try to limit my caffeine intake, but I'm not like super crazy about it. When it comes to like things they tell you not to eat when you're pregnant, I do usually stick to that list pretty well, but I'm not like a freak about it. Like for instance, if I go to Subway, I'm not like, I ask them to heat my sandwich and toast my bread, because that just ensures that like the sandwich meat has the bacteria all out of it and stuff like that. And I don't like seafood, so like all of the seafood that you can't eat really doesn't bother me, like raw fish and things like that. Um, what else? So most of those things don't really pertain to me. However, if I ever see things that's like don't give in to pregnancy cravings, and when you're craving sugar or ice cream, have some fruit instead and eat some. I mean, look, I try to eat the best that I can, but I don't eat the best normally anyways, and when I'm pregnant I don't just go like super hog wild about it, you know what I mean? Like I don't freak out, and because I'm pregnant I have to just change my eating habits altogether and eat like a health nut. Like that's not the way I do things. That may be the way you do things, and that is fine. It really depends on your body type, your BMI, and the shape that you're in when you get pregnant. All of those things you have to take into consideration, because that is what is good for your baby. So, yeah. My child is, I don't know if you can hear him because it's low, but he's like pitching a fit because he doesn't want to take a nap, and he's literally never like this, but he's being this way right now. Anyways, so there's that. Then what else can I say? I'm feeling a lot of pressure. Like right now, I feel super winded just talking like this. That's only going to get worse. If you feel like you're out of breath just from speaking, that's normal. It's normal for you to be winded or feel like something's sitting on top of you, because guess what? It is. And the bigger he or she gets, the more you're going to feel that way. Like, for instance, when I sing on the worship team, I can't breathe. I feel lightheaded. Sometimes I feel like I'm going to pass out. I have to make sure I have plenty of water. I drink plenty of water beforehand, but of course that inevitably means I have to pee right on stage as I'm about to sing the song, and I'm terrified the entire 3 minutes of the song that I'm going to pee on myself in church in the middle of everyone. So it's just a part of pregnancy. It's the beauty of it. You always have to pee and you feel like you can't breathe. But yes, I feel lightheaded. I feel dizzy sometimes. I feel like I'm going to pass out, and I feel like I can't get enough air a lot. And the more that, and like I said, like the bigger the baby gets, the more I feel that way. I've been in the store and had to like sit down on the floor. Like I have. And that's just, it's just because I am a small frame. Like I'm a small lady, and I carry all in the belly, as I'm going to show you in just a minute. And it's heavy, and I can't breathe that well. And, I probably, no matter how many waters I drink a day, it's never enough. And I don't stay hydrated as well as I should, because you have to drink like 12,000 gallons when you're pregnant, and it just is what it is. So I do the best I can. But yeah, like feelings like that are nothing to be like, oh my gosh, I need to go to the hospital or anything like that. It's fine. You just need to calm down. You need to sit and rest for a second. You need to drink some water, and you might need some peanut butter or a piece of fruit. Your sugar might get low. A lot easier. So those are things that are normal. What is something else that's normal? So at this point in pregnancy, I can feel Jensen kick all the time. He's very, very active. In the ultrasound that we had, and then again when I went back for another appointment and she was listening to his heartbeat, he was like all over the place, like boom, boom, like kicking the monitor, like the stethoscope and everything. He was like bumping against it, like go away. And so he's very, very active. All of my kids have been. and I can feel all of his movements more and more so every single day. So sometimes you don't feel them until about 16 weeks, and it's like little flutters, and then it gets stronger and stronger and stronger as weeks go by. But the more babies you have, because of where you're carrying them, like for instance me, you're gonna see again in a second, I carry super low, and the more babies you have, those muscles, they get tired, and you carry them lower, if that's even possible. Sometimes, like, I know that with all of them, I have felt like, honey, if you get any lower, you're going to fall out. Like, I can't carry you any lower. I feel like you're literally in between my legs and I'm crushing you when I sit down. Like, it's heavy and it's pressure, and you'll feel that a lot in the second trimester. And I know we're not there yet, so I don't want to get ahead of myself, but all of these things are normal. What's something else that's different this pregnancy? Not a lot. My pregnancies have all been extremely similar. They've all been a little bit different first trimester, but they've all been very, very similar. At this point, I get indigestion really easy. Orange juice, anything acidic, tomatoey, any of that, it gives me super bad indigestion and heartburn. Like, I get acid reflux all up in my throat when I lay down at night. So if I drink orange juice like later, or I eat some like spaghetti or chili or something like that, it might give me indigestion or acid reflux, and I'm like suffering when I lay down. Milk helps. It really, really helps. I know that with Tristan, I had acid reflux so bad. It was misery all the time. And I would just get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and just chug milk. And it really does help. If you are not someone who likes milk, that might not be for you. You might need something else. But for me, it's a good remedy because I literally love milk with everything. I could drink it by the gallon. Like, I just love it. So, anyways, there's that. Oh, she asked about gas, like pregnancy gas. There's a reason why that's a joke. Like, that's a running joke. Yes, you're very gassy when you're pregnant, but you have to think gas is bubbles in your body. And then it's let out as gas. Okay, well, if you have someone in there that's moving your organs and shifting your intestines and your intestines basically have this much room, and then they're just squished together like Play-Doh, and they don't have as much room. So that's why you get constipated easily when you're pregnant. Yes, that's a thing, and it's very normal. That's why you're really gassy when you get pregnant. That's why you get full super easily. Like, you used to be able to eat an entire bowl, but you eat 3 bites and you're like, I'm so full. It's not because you're really full. Like, your stomach is not full yet. You might even need to eat more, but because the baby is sitting on everything and everything's compacted together, it just makes things difficult as far as your indigestion system and your digestive system and your digestive system and all of that. So it makes it compacted and uncomfortable most of the time. So yes, you're gassy. If you have a husband like mine, my husband is like super weird about stuff like that. I'm not. I was created to be a boy mom, you guys. Like, stuff like that doesn't bother me. I mean, I'm not going to be like unladylike and gross about it, but at the same time, it's just not something that's a big deal to me, but it is to him. So he's weird about his own. He's weird about me. He's like, he wants to pretend that I poop sunshine and rainbows and that nothing else comes out of me, and that when I eat food, it just magically disappears because I am a sexy, just lovely lady princess who doesn't have any of that going on. And that's how he is about it. So, anyways, I've known him since he was 10, and he's just so weird about it still. He's a little bit less weird as we go along, but yeah, like, sometimes it just is what it is. You have to hide it the best you can. But yeah, you are gassy when you're pregnant, and that's why. I mean, it's just life. It is what it is. It's normal. There's just a lot of bubbles in there, a lot of air trapped in there. As your baby grows, your organs are moved out of the way. Like, they're literally just like your uterus just pushes them on out, girlfriend, and they're just wherever they can go, you know? Wherever there's a spot, they just move out of the way. It is the miracle of life. It really is. It's absolutely amazing. Look it up, Google it. It's crazy and it's awesome. So that is completely normal. It's not a weird question to ask. And like I said, constipation is an issue as well. Coffee really helps. So even if you drink decaf, I don't know if the decaf is as effective as the real thing, but I'm assuming it is. But the coffee really helps me. That's kind of how I survive it. And I don't really take medications or any kind of help of anything. Make sure you don't do an enema. So if you're pregnant, don't do that, especially if you're in your first trimester, but really just period at all, unless your doctor says that it's okay. So unless you've been to the doctor and you're like, look, girlfriend, I got this problem, or boyfriend, whatever he is, whatever doctor you go to, I got this issue, and they tell you that it's fine. Don't do that, because especially in your first trimester, it's extremely dangerous for your baby. It can be really dangerous to do like a saline enema or any kind of enema. Just make sure that you're asking your doctor before you do crazy stuff like that. Like anything you have a question about, don't think, oh, it's no big deal. This is just normal life. I do this all the time. But now you're pregnant, so you have to rethink it, okay? Don't let it freak you out, but just look it up, ask your doctor. That's what they're there for. So what else? Does heartburn and indigestion mean your baby is going to have a head full of hair? No, girl, it doesn't, because you know what? My first baby, I had heartburn and indigestion so bad I was in misery anytime I ate anything. And that child was bald as an onion. Like, you think that matters? No, it doesn't. It's just genetics. Like, all of that stuff is wives' tales, though. No. Are there differences in, I'm trying to remember some questions that I've gotten in email and in comments. Is there a difference between being pregnant with a girl or a boy? I have absolutely no idea. I've only been pregnant with boys, obviously, so I don't know. I have heard that there's differences, but I have heard that each woman is different. So for one woman, they might experience this thing when they're pregnant with boys. Okay, I don't even remember what I was saying. Because I got interrupted. Anyways, so I have heard that for some women, their pregnancy was different with a boy than it was for a girl, but some women might experience one thing with a boy and the next person experienced that with a girl, but not the boy. You see what I mean? So the point of pregnancy is every body is different. So your body may not react to the same things as my body. You may have symptoms at this week of pregnancy that I didn't have at all, or I had this week of pregnancy. You may have different kinds of symptoms than they tell you at the doctor. You may have a different experience altogether than they tell you. Like, it just depends. And it doesn't mean that you're weird or whatever. It just means, look what I've done. I've made it worse. It just means that it's different for everyone. And that's just the way it is. Like, pregnancy is strange. It's weird. And no matter what the doctor tells you, they don't know everything about everything, because, like I said, every person is different and their body reacts to things differently. Some pregnant ladies respond to medication that other pregnant ladies don't respond well to. Some pregnant women, blah, 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 blah. Like, for instance, when I had that coloscopy done and it was terrifying and they told me I might have cervical cancer, like, just surprise, it's a boy, you might have cervical cancer, and it scared me half to death. I did
the sprinkle cheese.
No, baby,
It looks like someone hided it.
He's driving me bonkers. He wants the Parmesan cheese to literally eat it just by itself. I can't. Anyway, so I started spotting afterwards, and I've never in all of my pregnancies ever done that, and so it terrified me. They say that that's completely normal, and when I called the doctor, she was acting like I was an insane person because I was worried. She's like, girl, you've been pregnant this many times and you didn't know that was normal. But for me, it's not normal. I don't usually do that, so it was concerning to me. I've had 4 babies. This is my 4th one. Never, ever, ever has that happened to me. So yes, I was concerned. So you see what I'm saying? Like, everyone is different. Everyone's body reacts differently to pregnancy, and that's just how it is. So things that come up in your pregnancy, I might never have dealt with. Even if I have 10 children, I may never deal with that, but you dealt with it on your first one. So just know that. Know your body. Try to get in tune with your body. If something doesn't feel right to you, it's not stupid to ask. You're your biggest advocate, and sometimes doctors get used to the routine of them seeing hundreds of pregnant people a day or a week or whatever, and you kind of get lost in the shuffle of the monotony of it. They just get used to it. You're just another face. You're just another knocked up broad who walked into the doctor's office. And that's just how it is. It doesn't mean that they're mean or they're insensitive. I mean, sometimes they are, let's face it, but it doesn't mean they're bad doctors. It just means that, when you get used to a job and you do it every single day, it just becomes routine to you, and it might not be routine for you, but it's routine for them. And so just keep that in mind. No question is a stupid question, but try to do your research first, okay? Because you might get a better response for them if you do. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. I do want to do, like I said, a couple of different, make this kind of like a series, because there's lots of different things. Like, this is in pregnancy, so there's things that come up, like, for instance, your boobs. Yeah, they're getting bigger, girlfriend. Like, they're certainly getting bigger, and when that milk comes in, you'll understand why they needed to get bigger, because if not, they would explode. And so, yeah, they're getting bigger. Mine get quite a bit bigger, and then all of a sudden, after I stop breastfeeding, they completely disappear, and I don't know where they went or when it happened, but it's a travesty, and we mourn over it a little bit. But I'm going to show you the belly. Another question that I got was, does your belly, do you notice it growing a lot after you eat? Yes, especially, oh my gosh, pregnancy problems, especially like after, like in the first trimester when I'm just starting to show. I definitely notice my belly getting quite a bit bigger when I eat, and then when I wake up in the morning and I haven't ate anything, it's gone again. And it's like, are you pregnant or pudgy, honey? And it's really just like bloating, water weight. It's just your uterus is there sitting on your stomach, and it has gotten a little bit bigger, but when you eat, your stomach pushes all of that forward. Do you know what I mean? So your stomach is filling up with food, and then it's pushing the baby and your uterus out. So that's why that happens. And then once your stomach shrinks back down and it's empty again, that your uterus is just sitting there again, and it's not as noticeable. And like I said, it's also gas and bloating and all of the things. But now that I'm really showing, and she asked me if I could take a picture like before and after I ate, and I tried, but you can really tell anything in the picture. You would have to kind of be here in person to see it from all angles and everything. And right now that my belly's like totally popped out, your belly might not be popped out all the way at 20 weeks if this is your first baby, or maybe even your second baby. But once you've had a couple of babies, you kind of pop out a little bit faster, because your body is like, it's kind of like riding a bicycle. Your body's like, oh, we're doing this thing again? Okay, I know how to do this. And it kind of jumps forward a little bit. Like I said, plus those muscles are weaker because you have put your body through a marathon a few different times. So your body's like, okay, this again, okay, fine, here we go. And so you tend to show sooner, and you tend to feel the baby sooner, and you tend to do all of those things a little bit sooner. It just happens a little bit sooner than the other times, and that's fine. But now I don't really notice a difference, because my belly feels pretty tight now. Like, it's pretty tight, it's pretty out there, but girlfriend, it's gonna get bigger. Like, it's gonna get bigger. Just when I think, oh my God, how big can this get? It is huge. It's gonna get a lot bigger, but it feels a lot bigger than it really is to everyone else. So everyone else is like, what are you talking about? You're not even that big. But it feels like it, because it's tight and it's full and it's pressure. And so it feels like that. Anything else I want to say, because I keep saying I'm done and then I keep adding things. Also your back. Like, if you have a spouse who is lovely, my spouse makes promises and he doesn't ever keep them. There's always a reason why he can't rub my shoulders or my back. Like something ends up happening and he doesn't get to it and then he passes out and falls asleep. Yeah, that's mine. But if I ask him in the moment, he will definitely do that. But back rubs and shoulder rubs are amazing because your body is experiencing a lot more tension in different areas than you're used to. Plus, if you're like me, you have like the worst posture ever. Like, this is my posture. It's horrible. And this is how you should be sitting. And so your body's just not used to that added pressure and added weight. So it does, especially if you're small framed like me. Like, again, it depends on your frame and how you carry and all of those different things. But if you're like me and you have a small frame, you can't breathe and your back hurts, second trimester and most definitely third. It's just brutal. So if you need extra pillows or you need a back massager or a person to be your back massager, and you can get those things, it's really nice to have. So let's just show you what it's looking like. So I have on leggings, and I'm at the point now where my regular clothes don't really fit me, but maternity clothes, like I have maternity shirts that I wear, and I have a lot of dresses and leggings that I wear. Those are my go-tos. But it is winter, so sometimes that's hard. And sometimes I want to wear sweaters and I need some dang pants. And my body is not big enough. Like, the maternity pants must not be made for people like me. Even in my size, even in the smallest size that they carry, they're too big in the hips and the thighs, and they just start to slide off. And so I have maternity pants that are just like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, these are never gonna work. So yeah, it's a problem. And then my regular jeans, I mean, they don't fit. Like, this belly ain't going in there. I can wear them really low with an extender, but then I just feel like they're falling down and everybody's going to see the extender and it's going to be ridiculous. So that's a problem I'm having right now. This is just like the annoying phase where, like, nothing fits well. I feel like a fat cow, and it's just, it just is what it is. But you can see my belly's getting quite round. It's starting to round out a lot. And yeah. So this is me at 20 weeks. So I don't have any stretch marks. I'm just lucky. My skin is sweet to me. I don't have stretch marks. I haven't gotten any on my belly from any of the pregnancies. I don't have any on my breasts either. I do have a few on my thighs, but honestly, I feel like I got those in like puberty / when I was growing from a teenager into an adult. I would say when I was growing from a teenager into an adult, and I actually got a little bit of curves going on. I don't know if all of those were from pregnancy. I do know I got a couple on my thighs with Tristan, but they're like the little bitty line ones where you can't really tell. So I've just been really fortunate to not have them. That's just the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. It just really depends on, that's all hereditary. So I don't know who I got it from because my mom has lots of stretch marks, but she got stretch marks on her breasts with me. She was 16 and she got pregnant, so she got stretch marks there, and then she got some on her belly when she was pregnant with my brother and sister because they're twins. But I don't take after my mom in very much at all, so it's hard for me to base like what my experience is going to be on what hers was, because I don't have the same genes. I don't know where they came from, but I'm not shaped like her. I'm not, like, my body's just not the same. So anyways, yeah. So what else do I need to say before I let you guys go? It's already been 30 minutes. I think that's pretty much it. But like I said, if you have any questions about the whole pregnancy part of this series, let me know. And I'll probably give you an update. Let's see, it's 20 weeks now, so I'll probably give you an update probably in another month. because there just probably isn't going to be that many things to tell you between week 20 and week 24. Now I will go, I might update you before that because I do have an ultrasound this next time that I go to the doctor, which I think is next week or the week after. And so that way I'll be able to tell you about his anatomy scan and how that went and everything like that. So I might do that in a pregnancy update, or I might just do that in a regular vlog. But I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me, even though I've been having such technical difficulties with Vlogmas. It's literally taking me hours upon hours upon hours to upload one single video. It's very, very frustrating, and I've just been having a lot of problems with trying to juggle the time to edit and upload and it taking that many hours because I have a lot of other things to do as well. So I can't just do YouTube all day, every day. I have to just kind of work on it and then leave it and work on it and leave it. And when it takes so long, like sometimes I just don't get videos up. So I do apologize. I tried to attempt Vlogmas and do a great YouTuber job, and it didn't work out for me this year, but I'm still doing it. I still plan to do it until January the 1st. So until New Year's Eve, it will probably be the last one that I do a vlog every day, and then it will go to probably about 2 times a week with a few other videos thrown in there. But I want to kind of get some things pinned down for this upcoming year. So if you guys have anything you want to see, let me know. Of course, there'll be bunches of baby stuff in there as we have this new baby and all of that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this helped you. If you had questions, and you are free to ask me anything you would like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.